Today, activists are pushing a national shutdown to protest the presence of federal agents in Minnesota. The Ice Out campaign calls for no school, no work, and no shopping. The Trump administration claims it's working to improve arrest tactics, but people in Minneapolis say law enforcement remains aggressive. CBS News obtained a letter from Democrats on the Senate Homeland Security Committee. You see it here. It tells Secretary Kristi Noem to testify without delay. Noem insisted on Fox News last night that she is following the law. She was also asked if the statements officials gave in the hours after the shooting of Alex Pretti were premature. Here's her response.
We were being relayed information from on the ground from CBP agents and officers that were there. We were using the best information we had at the time, seeking to be transparent with the American people and get them what we knew to be true on the ground.
And we should note, at President Trump's cabinet meeting yesterday, he did not mention or call on Noem to speak. And that is unusual because the president did call on most other department heads. CBS News' Jarred Hill brings us the latest now on the unrest unfolding in Minneapolis. Jarred, good morning. What's happening there?
Yeah, good morning, Earl. So we have this new border czar, Tom Homan, who is on the ground in Minneapolis. And we're hearing a bit of a new refrain from him, using words like targeted enforcement, targeted operations, as Homan repeated as he offered a shift in tone on the ground in Minneapolis. Local officials say that they are talking, but cautious about the future. After weeks of violent clashes between protesters and federal agents and deadly shootings of 2 U.S. citizens, President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, is promising a change in Minneapolis.
What we've been working on is making this operation safer, more efficient, by the book.
Homan, brought on as the White House works to de-escalate, said some of the 3,000 agents currently deployed could be drawn down. That's if federal authorities get expanded access to undocumented immigrants being held in state prisons and county jails.
More agents in the jail means less agents in the street.
Minnesota's Department of Corrections says prisons already cooperate with ICE detainer requests, but policies at local jails vary. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office in a statement said any real change, quote, must come through clear statewide policy direction.
A couple of the things we're working on as an association are a couple of statewide model policies that we would be rolling out.
Amid talk of a drawdown, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey cautiously optimistic.
I will believe it when I see it.
The threats of deportation and fear of detention have significantly impacted some neighborhoods. Members of this church say they've been delivering food to thousands of immigrant families who say they're afraid to leave their homes.
They are literally hiding behind curtains.
As the region continues to mourn the killings of Renee Good and Alex Pretti, local investigators say the state has not decided whether to file criminal charges against the officers involved. Overnight on social media, President Trump called Alex Pretti a, quote, agitator and perhaps insurrectionist after video showing the nurse in a confrontation with federal immigration officers 11 days before he was killed in another encounter with agents. Meanwhile, the heads of ICE, CBP, and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services are all set to testify on Capitol Hill on February 12th. Errol.
All right, Jarred, thank you.